Welcome to True Crime Kin channel, where we dive into real stories that shake the core of human relationships. Today's case is one of shocking betrayal, twisted emotions, and a tragic ending that no one saw coming. So let's begin. Anna, a 28-year-old woman, lives in a seemingly happy marriage with her husband, Jacob, 31. However, everything begins to change when Anna meets Dr. Martin, 30, during a visit to a private clinic. Their relationship gradually becomes complicated and troubled, leading to a series of tragic events. Join us to discover the unfortunate developments that happened, from betrayal to wrong decisions, and finally, the catastrophic consequences that changed all of their lives forever. Anna, the central character of this tragic story, was born and raised in the town of Černošice, Czech Republic, as the youngest daughter in a middle-class family. Anna has been known since childhood for her gentle, kind personality and for always caring for those around her. She grew up in the love and attentive care of her parents. After completing high school, Anna studied business administration at a local university where she graduated with honors and began her career at an insurance company. With her beautiful appearance and bright smile, Anna always attracts the attention of many people. But she is quite reserved in romantic relationships. She focuses on her career and spends a lot of time taking care of her parents as they grow older. However, deep down, Anna always longs to find a man to share her life with and build a family. That wish came true when she met Jacob, a software engineer working in Prague. Jacob, a man born and raised in the town of Černošice, Czech Republic, had a challenging and determined childhood. Jacob comes from a working-class family where hard work and responsibility were highly valued. From a young age, Jacob showed intelligence and a passion for technology, especially software. He pursued this passion by enrolling at a renowned technical university in Prague, where he not only studied hard but also participated in various technology projects, leaving a significant mark. After graduating, Jacob was quickly recruited into a large technology company in Prague, where he gradually established himself as a software engineer. With his career on the rise and his future bright, Jacob seemed to have it all, but he still felt that one important thing was missing: a partner to share his life with. Jacob has always been an upright, caring man, admired by many. However, due to his quiet and reserved personality, he had not had many deep relationships before meeting Anna. For Jacob, love is a sacred thing, and he always hoped to find a woman to build a happy family with. When he met Anna, he realized that she was the one he had been looking for all along, and their marriage became the greatest pride in Jacob's life. Jacob and Anna first met on an autumn evening in 2008, when they were both walking in the park near their home. It was a peaceful evening. With a chill in the air and fallen yellow leaves all around, Jacob, having just finished work and wanting to relax after a long day, accidentally met Anna, who was also enjoying a gentle evening after a busy day at work. The meeting was initially just a coincidence, but immediately the two felt a special connection. After that chance meeting, Jacob couldn't stop thinking about Anna's gentle smile and warm eyes. He boldly asked to meet her again, and from then on they started going on regular dates. Long conversations in the park, evenings, drinking coffee together helped them get to know each other better. Jacob was attracted by Anna's sincere and gentle personality, while Anna was impressed by Jacob's intelligence, maturity, and caring. Their love developed naturally and strongly after a year of getting to know each other. Jacob decided to propose to Anna on a romantic evening on the banks of the Vltava River, when the city lights were sparkling on the water. Anna, with tears of happiness in her eyes, agreed without hesitation. They got married in the summer of 2010 in a small but cozy ceremony attended by family and close friends. Their married life was full of joy and happiness. Jacob and Anna built a small, peaceful family in the town of Černošice, where they shared their dreams and plans for a bright future. After a romantic and happy wedding, Jacob and Anna started their married life in a cozy little house in the town of Černošice. The first days after the wedding, their life was filled with joy and laughter. They both felt lucky to have found each other and built a peaceful home together. They shared everything in life, from simple meals to plans for the future, however. After a while, a problem began to appear that made Anna and Jacob worried. Even though they had been married for several years, Anna still showed no signs of pregnancy, which they both were looking forward to. Jacob and Anna both longed to have children to complete their family, but this was not easy. Every time the pregnancy test failed, Anna felt more pressured and sad, while Jacob could not hide his disappointment. Even though he always tried to comfort and encourage his wife, at the same time, Jacob's work became increasingly demanding. As a software engineer at a large technology company in Prague, Jacob often had to work overtime and even travel far from home. The pressure of work meant that he had less time to spend with Anna than before. Meanwhile, Anna also focused on her job at the insurance company, trying not to let herself get too stressed about the children. But this also made her more distant from Jacob. As time passed, the distance between the two grew. The evenings spent together talking became less frequent, replaced by long periods of silence. Jacob became tired after long working days, and Anna was immersed in anxious thoughts about not being able to conceive. Although they still loved each other, cracks began to appear in their marriage that neither of them realized or knew how to fix. At this time, Anna decided to seek medical help to find out about her fertility problems. This decision led her to Dr. Martin's clinic, where the tragic events that would follow would begin. Dr. Martin, 30, was a well-known gynecologist in the town of Cernosis. Born into a medical family and graduating with honors from the Medical University of Prague, Martin quickly built up a reputation with his private practice, Martin's Modern Clinic. And dedicated service attracted many women in the area to visit and consult. With his solid skills and dedicated working style, Martin was considered one of the most trusted gynecologists in the area. That day, when Anna came to Dr. Martin's clinic, he was immediately attracted by her gentle beauty. During the examination in a private room when there were only 2 people, Dr. Martin looked at Anna with an unusual look after performing some initial examinations. Martin asked Anna to take off her clothes so that he could examine her more closely. Anna, feeling uncomfortable but thinking that this was a professional requirement, complied and lay on the bed as the doctor requested. Dr. Martin then took a towel and covered Anna's chest, explaining that this would help her feel more comfortable and reduce her embarrassment of not being able to see what he was examining. However, this was only a cover for Martin's dark intentions. As he gradually abused Anna's trust in the privacy of the clinic during the examination, when Anna could not see what was happening because she was blocked by a towel, Dr. Martin took advantage of the situation. When Anna was not paying attention, Martin began to stimulate her without her realizing it. To Anna's confusion and surprise, Dr. Martin went further, committing depraved acts on her while she was held in a position where she could not move or resist. The incident happened unexpectedly, and Anna was completely shocked by what had happened. After committing the depraved act, Dr. Martin tried to cover up his crime by explaining that what had just happened was part of a professional procedure to examine her reproductive organs. He whispered to Anna that everything was perfectly normal and hinted that her childlessness might be due to her husband's infertility. Martin went further, saying that what he had just done was to help Anna. With the intention of assisting her in getting pregnant, Martin's words, combined with the shock of the situation Anna had just experienced, left her bewildered and unsure of how to react. Although she felt extremely angry and abused, Anna decided to keep quiet. She was afraid that if she spoke out, things would get complicated and out of control. In a confused and miserable state of mind, Anna could only quietly leave, pretending that nothing had happened. She tried to convince herself that this was probably just a mistake, and she did not want to make things worse, especially with the marriage she was still trying to maintain. After a few months, Anna began to notice signs of changes in her body. Feeling tired, nauseous in the morning, and other symptoms made her suspect that she was pregnant. When she took a pregnancy test, the results showed what she could not believe: Anna was pregnant. The news made her both happy and worried because it not only brought her hope of becoming a mother, but also reminded her of her haunting encounter with Dr. Martin at the clinic. The mixed emotions left Anna in a state of confusion and not knowing how to face this truth. Anna can't stop thinking about what happened in Dr. Martin's office. When she finds out she's pregnant, she feels a growing sense of anxiety. Conflicting thoughts swirl around in her head. But the more she thinks about it, the more she realizes a terrifying truth. The child she's carrying could very well be Dr. Martin's. Memories of the rape come flooding back, leaving her feeling panicked and unsure of what to do. Facing this truth not only causes Anna distress, but also puts her in a difficult position as she has to hide everything from her husband, Jacob, after discovering that she was pregnant and beginning to suspect that the child might be Dr. Martin's. Anna decided not to tell her husband, Jacob, the good news. She felt that sharing the news directly with Martin was necessary to face the truth and gain a better understanding of her situation. Anna decided to meet Dr. Martin not at the clinic, but at a small cafe where she hoped to be able to face this complicated situation more comfortably. That afternoon, Anna sat waiting, tense and anxious. Her thoughts were spinning in her head, but she knew that she needed to face this reality. When Martin entered the cafe, he was surprised to see Anna. However, he maintained a calm demeanor as he sat down in front of her. Anna was filled with anxiety, but she had no choice but to tell the truth. She informed Martin that she was pregnant and that the child was most likely his. Hearing these words, Martin initially seemed nervous. His eyes flashed with worry, but in an instant, Martin's expression changed. A look of relief, even a little joy, appeared on his face. He felt that this situation, although complicated, also presented some kind of opportunity. Martin suggested that they both do a DNA test to determine exactly whether the child was his or not. Although Anna felt anxious and hesitant, she also understood that clarifying the truth was necessary in this situation. The DNA test could not be done publicly because both Anna and Martin knew that if this matter was exposed, it would cause unforeseen consequences. Therefore, they secretly arranged meetings at various medical facilities to do the test without anyone suspecting those meetings. At first just brief exchanges about the testing process. Gradually, both began to have complicated feelings for each other. Martin, although initially just wanting to confirm his responsibility, began to feel a special attraction to Anna. The frequent interactions combined with the tense and secretive situation made their relationship closer. Anna, despite her worries and conflicts, could not deny that Martin had become an important part of her life at that time. When the DNA test results officially confirmed that the child in Anna's womb was Martin's, their relationship changed completely. No longer the tense meetings of responsibility, Martin and Anna began to develop a secret relationship full of passion, but also full of danger. Secret dates, secret evenings together, all taking place in secrecy and fear. Anna is caught up in a whirlwind of emotions, not only by the presence of her unborn child, but also by the complexity of her relationship with Martin. She knows that this cannot last, but every time she meets Martin, she finds it difficult to give up. Both know that they are walking on a dangerous path, but still cannot stop themselves from continuing. Both cannot resist the attraction to each other and begin to seek out secret places to continue this secret relationship. They often met at small hotels in the suburbs where no one recognized them to enjoy their time together without fear of being discovered. Even Martin's clinic, which was originally just his workplace, now became a place for them to meet secretly. Martin, a man who had never been married, who had never known the constraints of marriage, was completely attracted to Anna. For him, Anna was not only the woman who bore his child, but also the one who awakened desires that he had never felt. Anna's charm, along with this special situation, made Martin sink deeper and deeper into the relationship with her. For Anna, although she initially felt guilty and worried, gradually those feelings were replaced by a strong desire, the desire for her child to live with its real biological father. Jacob, her official husband, although loving her, could not give her the joy of motherhood, and that made Anna feel that she had a good reason to maintain her relationship with Martin. She began to imagine a different future, where she and Martin would live together as a real family, raising the child they were about to welcome. The two began to dream of their future life, a life where they could openly express their feelings, live together and raise the child together. Martin also began to think seriously about this prospect, although he knew that to achieve it, both of them would have to face many challenges. Jacob began to have doubts when he noticed unusual changes in his wife Anna's behavior. She often left home without a clear reason, and her attitude towards Jacob became increasingly cold. Sensing that something was wrong, Jacob decided to investigate himself to clarify everything. After a period of surveillance, Jacob quickly discovered undeniable evidence of the illicit relationship between Anna and Dr. Martin. The secret meetings at the hotel, the dates at the clinic, and even the messages exchanged between the two were all recorded in detail by Jacob. This harsh truth made him fall into a state of extreme anger and pain. It was even more painful when Jacob discovered that Anna was pregnant, and the child in her womb could be Dr. Martin's child. With all the evidence in hand, Jacob no longer doubted his wife's betrayal. From anger and feelings of betrayal, Jacob began to calculate and plan to avenge this painful betrayal. On February 17, 2014, a horrific incident occurred in the town of Cernosis, Czech Republic, when Jacob, in a fit of rage, decided to carry out his revenge plan. Carrying a gun, Jacob went straight to Dr. Martin's clinic, where he was working as usual. With a cold and determined mood, Jacob entered the clinic, where Martin was busy with his work. Without warning, Jacob pulled out a gun and shot Martin dead on the spot. The shots rang out in the quiet space of the clinic, ending Martin's life instantly. The crime happened quickly and violently, leaving everyone present at the clinic in horror. After the murder, Jacob did not try to run away. He calmly waited for the police to arrive at the scene, ready to face the consequences of his actions. When the police arrived, Jacob did not resist, but quietly put his hands up in handcuffs with a face that showed no emotion. The case was quickly investigated, and Jacob confessed to all his actions. He said that his only motive was revenge for the betrayal and pain caused by his wife, Anna. In his testimony, Jacob said he could not bear the fact that his wife had an affair and was pregnant with another man's child. Killing Martin, according to Jacob, was the only way he could free himself from the pain and humiliation he had endured. Jacob's actions not only ended Martin's life, but also cost Anna everything. She not only lost her lover, but also her future when her husband was arrested for murder. What Jacob did was not just an act of personal revenge, but also a blow to Anna's life, forcing her to face the consequences of her choices and actions. After the horrific incident on February 17, 2014, Anna fell into a state of extreme grief and depression. She not only lost her lover, Dr. Martin, but also had to face the reality that her husband, Jacob, had become a murderer. Anna's life, already in turmoil due to her affair, has now become a nightmare with no way out. When she was brought to the police station for questioning, she recounted the whole incident in detail in a confused state. In her statement, Anna admitted that she was initially taken advantage of by Martin, but that it later developed into an illicit relationship, explaining how it all started out of weakness and the desire to have a child, leading to her adultery. Anna recounted secret meetings in hotels and clinics, as well as how she and Martin had done DNA tests together to determine the father of the child. She shared that throughout the process, she had no idea that things would go so far that Jacob would find out and react by killing her at the police station. Anna did not try to justify herself, but accepted full responsibility for what had led to this tragedy. She knew that her weakness and wrong choices had put all three of them in a dead end while recounting the incident. Anna's tears kept falling, expressing her deep pain and unresolved guilt. Anna's testimony helped the investigating agency better understand the motives and circumstances that led to the case. It also shed light on the inner conflicts and mental breakdown of a woman caught between two conflicting relationships. Jacob's trial took place in late 2014 and attracted a great deal of public attention due to the seriousness of the case. Jacob was charged with premeditated murder, which carries a possible life sentence. Throughout the trial, Jacob did not deny his actions. He admitted that he killed Dr. Martin in a fit of rage after discovering that his wife, Anna, was having an affair and was pregnant with Martin's child. In court, Jacob's defense attorney tried to argue that his actions stemmed from a state of extreme emotional agitation due to his wife's betrayal, and that this should be considered a mitigating factor. However, the prosecutor emphasized the seriousness of the crime, asserting that the murder could not be justified by any personal feelings. Anna also appeared in court. She recounted the whole story, from her relationship with Dr. Martin to the terrifying moment when she learned that her husband had become a murderer. Anna's testimony helped shed light on Jacob's motives, but also showed how cruel and unacceptable his actions were. In the end, after considering all the evidence and testimony, the court sentenced Jacob to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The trial ended in a heavy atmosphere with a tragic ending for all involved. Jacob, from a loving and trusting husband, became a murderer. Anna lost both important men in her life, as well as the father of her child, and had to live with pain and guilt for the rest of her life. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like this video for more true crime video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and theories in the comments section below. Take care and see you in the next video.